Hi everyone, welcome back to the channel. It is Trisha here from Smith's Crafty Creations, and I am coming on to do a little box. Now this box will house a Poundland shampoo bar in its entirety, in the box and everything. Okay, so let's go. As I go, I will have a little guide just to keep us right on where we're scoring and things like that, okay? So yeah, so let's get our craft on. So what we need is a piece of paper that measures, a piece of cardstock, sorry, that measures 7.5 by 6 1/4. So let's cut this down. 7.5 by 6 1/4. If you're new to my channel, thank you so much for joining me. Here's 6 1/4. I would love it if you would have the time to hit that subscribe button, leave me a wee comment if you can, and that way you won't miss any other tutorials that are coming out. So you can even turn off the notifications if you want. But a subscription is very good, and I would love you forever. Okay, so on the first step was to cut down the cardstock to 7.5 by 6 1/4. We're now on step 2, which is scoring. So longest side to the top, which is the 7.5. And we're going to score it at 1 inch, 3.5, 4.5, and 7. So 3.5, 4.5, and 7. 7. There we go. I'm going to turn once, and we're going to do 3/4 of an inch. And you can see I'm lining it up on my guides here. So 3/4 of an inch, 1 3/4 of an inch, 4.5, and 5.5. And that gives us symmetrical, identical, what do you call it? Scoring on each side of the paper, except for this one. So these two sides are absolutely identical. Right. Okay, now it is time to cut. So what we want to do is we want to fold and burnish first, okay? Now with the short side at the top, the end that's got the smallest flap, that is the flap that's going to tuck into the box, okay? So we're just going to fold and burnish. And once I've cut it, I will kind of go over it better with my bone folder. But this is sufficient for now. Okay. Right, so I've got it so that my little tuck-in flap is at the end. So we need to cut we need to cut, now this is going to be the flap, and this is going to be a flap, okay, because it's a double opening box. Let me show you. So it's going to look like this. Okay, so this bit's going to tuck in, and this bit's going to tuck in opposite. Okay, so let's see if this works. So we want to, this is going to be the glue section, the flap, glue flap. So I'm just going to, oops, cut away these two little rectangles at the moment. Okay, the next step is to cut away here. Now I was saying this was a tuck-in bit, it's not, it's the glue flap. So I'm going to take that up to the second line. Okay, so that's us up to there. I'm then going to cut in here, take that away. I'm going to cut into here as well. Okay, now what we want to do is we're cutting this away, all right, and we are cutting away half of this little flap, or a third of it, whatever, depends how big you want your little flap bits. Okay, so we're going to repeat that here. So we are going to cut away in here and in here, and then cut a little bit away there. See how it's coming to fruition now? Okay, next thing we need to do is flip it all the way around, like so. We need to cut into here Now, I understand that this is quite tricky. Okay, but if you pause and you can compare your project to the images here, this bit here needs to come off completely. Okay, so fold those little tabs down. I'm going to cut straight up there. You are cutting quite a bit away of this box. However, if we want a double opening, this is what you need to do. Okay, so again, we're going to cut up here and we're going to half it here. Right, so now we have, we have a piece that looks like this. Okay, so what we need to do is we need to round the corners of the two tuck-in flaps. We need to wedge these little flaps as well, just so there's no bulk up. Okay, so let me get my corner rounder. And let me round the corners. It's a great little gift idea. Fabulous little gift idea. Right, make sure you're in fully before crunching it down. Awesome. Ta-da! So we can see how this is going to come together. All right, now what I do like to do on the little tuck flaps, I do like to just ever so slightly wedge them just to make them look a little bit more presentable. Like so. I'm having so much fun doing crafting. Just kind of found my mojo again. I love it. Okay. Oh, need to wedge that a little bit more. There we go. Da, da, da. Because we've rounded the corners of the flap fold down bits, the tuck in flaps, we won't need to cut away any of the actual card, because that'll make it tuck in really nice. Right, okay, that is our template. We're now ready to add our layers. So let's cut our layers. We need 6 layers, okay, 6 bits, 2 at one size, 2 at another size, and 2 at another size. Okay, so let's do the bigger ones first, which is E. These are 2 5/8 by 2 3/8. Okay, so we need that and that. Excuse my scribbles. So 2 3/8 by 2 5/8. 1 2 3. So 2 3/8 by 2 5/8. 2 5/8. Okay, so that's that piece and that piece. Then we need 4 pieces that measure 7/8 of an inch, but they are different lengths. So we've got 2 that measure, so let's cut 7/8 first. So that's a strip for one size, and this is a strip for the other size, and then I can get this away. Right, so what we need is 2 that measure, now this is B, so let me see, where's my little B template. This is B, and I think B is for, yep, B is for the sides of the box. Okay, so these are 2 5/8 by 7/8. Okay, so 2 5/8. And 2 5/8. If you're uncomfortable with them making boxes, I would say just persevere, because boxes isn't my forte at all, but I think the more you do them, the more it kind of sticks. Okay, last 2 pieces are 7/8 by 2 3/8, which is here. 2 3/8, like so. Okay, so that's going to go there, and that's going to go there. If you're using pattern paper, please be careful. Right, so let's go. What I'll do is, so I only needed 1 sheet of the 6x6 patterned paper. So let me pop that back in my little stash. I do love these greens. That's our current in colours. Right, so let me just remove all my little layers and I'll pop my template back. Okay, so B, B, A, A, and there was C and C. So it's quite good to do this because if you're anything like me, you'll come to visit this again and you'll completely forget what you were doing. I know that's what will happen to me, so hence why I've opted to try and write everything up so I can see it manually. Save me going into my website. Right, so let me pop this away. Okie dokie, okie dokie. So this is a little checklist just to remind me what projects I have and haven't MailChimped out, what projects I have and haven't put on the website yet. As I don't want to put them all on at the one time, obviously, because then if it's too much, people will miss it, you see. Right, pop that to the side. Right, we're ready to stick these together. And then I'm just going to wing it when it comes to decorating it because I haven't planned anything. So wet glue is the best bet for the layers. I do have tearing tape for sticking it together, that side glue flap. Okay. Now just if it's easier, just layer up where your card's going, where your pattern paper's going. And do remember that they are two different. The length and the height is different. I don't know why. I think they should have just made that a square. Circumference box. Not circumference. You know what I mean. You know what I mean. They should have just made it the same dimensions on each. So like 2 by 2 or 3 by 3. Right, okay. These are fab. Last one for in the middle section. Like so. And this bit like so. Yay! Right. I am now going to pop some tearing tape on. I'm just going to do 2 strips, make it extra easy. Now, because it's a relatively straight box, all we need to do is kind of fold the flap like that. Or if you prefer to marry it up manually, please do that. Whatever your little heart desires. Now, I'm looking for my little tweezers. And like everything, I've got a big, huge desk and can never find anything on it. Oh, such a wally. Okay. So I'll take that one off. Take this one off. Okay, and then we're simply going to fold that down. See how easy it is. If it doesn't match up, it means your measurements are out somewhere. Okay, one step that I do like to do before I glue it together, however, is where the fold is going to tuck in, the flap, sorry. I do like to take a little thumb notch out. And then the recipient will know where to open it up. Okay, so we're just going to do this. Fold it over. Okay, and you can see that slides in really well. And then there's a tiny, tiny little bit of resistance. But if you pop it in, it just secures it even better. So don't worry if there's a little bit of resistance there. Right, let's pop our shampoo bar in. Look at that. Love it. And that is our little box. How marvellous is that? Absolutely love it. So, I don't think I'm going to decorate this just now. Or should I? Yeah, let's go for it. What the hang? Let's go for it. I don't have measurements for layering it up. I will wing it. Now I've got a little piece of black here. Let me see now. If I trim that up a little bit, let's see. There's lots you can do. You can add stickers on or anything you like. I am going to do 2 by, what is this? Is that 2 1/4? 2 by 2 1/4. Yeah, perfect. And I'll need another piece of the designer series paper. 2 by 2 1/4. So this will be 1 7/8. Yep. By 2 1/8. That'll fit on there nice. See how we just make it up as we go? How fab is that? Now I'm going to pop a white piece on. So, where is my white cardstock? I had a bit, here we go. So this needs to be 2 by, what did we say? What was this other one? This needs to be 2 by, oh, 1 3/4. Right, that's fine. 2 by 1 3/4. Easy peasy lemon squeezy. Okay, so this is the bit we're going to stamp on, and then we're going to adhere it all together. I'm going to pop it on there. It's just wonderful. Love it. Right, okay, let's see what we're going to stamp. What are we going to stamp? I think I would like to pop some of this beautiful ribbon around the box first, and then we'll layer this up on top. Now, all I want to do is just do a band like so. So on the back, I'm going to add some, or the front, it just depends which way you're doing it, some tearing tape, and it's really easy. We're just going to pop this on like so, bring it round and trim it off like so. Now I'll hide the join obviously, because that is where this piece is going. I just think it adds a little bit extra touch to it. So, and I've been wanting to use this ribbon all week. Okay, now what we're going to do is, I think I will use, oh, which sentiment shall I use? Let's see if a happy hello to you would fit on this piece. Yes, it would. So we're using Sunny Sentiment. There we go, I've just agreed. I have just agreed. That's too little. Here's my stamp here. And because we've got the Evening Evergreen ribbon that coordinates lovely with the Soft Succulent, I am going to stamp in Evening Evergreen. Absolutely gorgeous green. Both of them are. Okay, and we want to see that we're stamping in the middle of this. Now, sometimes the glare of my lights distracts me ever so slightly. But I could always switch it over if it's not quite straight. Beautiful! Isn't that gorgeous? I'm going to step it up a little tiny bit in a minute, but I need to tidy my little stamp up by removing the ink and popping that back in the box. A happy hello to you. Let's make a great little gift. Right. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to get my Wink of Stella, and all I'm going to do is very carefully just run it up and down the thickest parts of that stamped sentiment. Be careful not to go out the edges because it will bleed, and it just gives it a little bit extra shimmer. Don't know if you can see that, but it's lovely. It's lovely, lovely. Right, so let's layer this up. Don't need a lot of glue. So 1/8 of an inch increment for my layers. That's what I like to do usually, although I'm trying to use 1/4 of an inch for bigger projects and bigger cards. Right, so that's on the patterned paper side layer, sorry. Now it's going on to the black cardstock. Isn't that gorgeous? Love it. Now I think I might add a little bit of black twine. Now I have black twine here, which came out of the Baker's Twine Essentials pack. Oh, I'm needing to tidy this up. So you get lots of different neutral colours in that. And I think I'll pop you could almost like double layer up your ribbon as well. This would look nice sideways too. Now I'm thinking. I think I'll pop it like this, just because it seems more centred. Right, okay, let's pop a little bit tearing tape on there. Okay, I'm just eyeballing it. Sorry, my hands are a bit pants. Peel that off. I'm going to wind this round ever so slightly. If you're not already subscribed, I would love it if you would give me a little subscribe to my channel. I love to create and inspire people as much as I can. And the more people that are on my channel, the more inspiration I can share. Right, we're going to layer this up now. Well, we're going to adhere it now, not layer it up. I've had a busy day. And I think I'm needing a little nanny nap, because I am starting to feel a little bit worse for wear. I've had a really busy day with my day job today, and if I don't rest enough, I will be off my feet tomorrow. So right, we're going to finish this off now with, this is what I like to do sometimes. See your matte layers sometimes on the plain card. I like to just run round the edge with the Wink of Stella brush, just to give it a little bit sparkle. Now, I'm not squeezing the pen or anything, because there's usually always enough excess on the actual brush, because it's a good airtight lid that goes on, so it doesn't dry it or anything like that. Okay, see, click, and that's it sealed. Okay, the last bit I want to add on is some matte black dots. And I'm going to add a couple there and one down the bottom, or two there and one up there. I haven't decided yet. Right, let's get my, what's it called? Cumbernauld. Take your pick tool. Right, so I'm going to do a large and a medium, and then I'm going to do a small baby one right about there. Another option you could have is colouring your basic pearl gels. If you watch me regular, you'll see that I do that quite often. And it's a good way of having embellishments that match all your Stampin' Up blend colours. So that's an idea as well. And you simply just colour them. The Stampin' Up markers don't work as well. It needs to be the Stampin' Blends because it's alcohol based, so it kind of sticks a bit better. Okay, I'm going to put that away. And that, my friends, is our little gift box. Ta-da! So, obviously, be careful. Be careful one end doesn't push the other end out. There we go. Absolutely good. I love it. I hope you like what you see. Like I say, if you want to subscribe, just pop on over and hit that subscribe button. And I'll see you in the next video. Thanks, folks. Bye.